parading around anywhere to scare me, because I'll freak out.
Hey, look, it's Gary! Hey, come here, Gary! Hello, welcome to LTM Reviews, where I get you caught up on the oldest movies. Let's do The Incredibles. So, in The Incredibles, you have Bob Parr, played by, I forgot the guy that plays him, but he used to be a superhero in the Golden Ages, and he meets a girl named Elastigirl, played by Holly Hunter. But then over the years, they illegalize superheroes, so they can't use anywhere their powers, or they'll go to jail. And then sooner or later, both Helen and Bob get married, and then years later they have kids of their own, which also have powers. Like Dash is like the Flash; he runs fast, and Violet has invisible powers, and Jack, well, if you haven't seen the movie, I won't spoil that. But anyways, they have superpowers and they can't use them for anywhere else. That is until Bob gets a message from this woman, and then goes to this island where he meets I forgot the superhero's name, but I know he's played by Jason Lee. So this villain captures him, and now it's up to Elastigirl and Dash to save Bob, and then hijinks ensue. So when the movie came out, I loved it. I was one of the few kids that saw it in the theater when I was a kid. I remember seeing it at the Ritz, and I think I had a really fun time, and it was one of the first superhero films I saw, as well as the first Pixar movie I ever saw in theaters. Yes. Let me tell you, I love these guys. I love Pixar a lot. I mean, from Toy Story to Monsters, Inc. to Finding Nemo to WALL-E to Cars. Yes, even Cars. And my personal favorite, Up. Yeah, they're known for a lot of good stuff. So I love the first movie. It's very nostalgic to me. What I like about The Incredibles is the animations. The animation. Although it does look dated nowadays, but it was pretty impressive for the time. I like the characters. The designs and the humans look great. Elastigirl. And the soundtrack is great. The characters are memorable. The soundtrack is great. Let's see, I mentioned the animation, character, soundtrack. The intro is great. I like the villain, played by Jason Lee. I forgot his name. I think it's like I said, I can't remember his name. I mean, that's not a bad thing for me, but that's just me. But anyways, I love the villain, played by Jason Lee, and it's just an awesome movie. Like I said, I heard the movie was a big hit. It became like the 4th highest grossing film of its time, it's just a really fun superhero movie. Probably one of my favorites, and it's very rare nowadays. You don't see an animated superhero movie be this mature. I mean, movies like Megamind and Lego Batman were more like parodies than they were serious superhero movies, but that's just me. Overall, I really enjoyed The Incredibles a lot. Great animation, great story, great writing, great humor. The humor's pretty funny. Great characters, you name it. It's a really great superhero movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's the perfect superhero movie for any age. So, that's all I gotta do for the first one. And now, sooner in a few minutes, after I get done eating this pizza, yep, I'm gonna eat me a pizza, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do the second movie. This is LTM. Be right back.
Okay.
Can either of you tell me where I can find Arthur?
He's over there.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's see, I've already reviewed Incredibles 1, so let's talk about Incredibles 2, the long-awaited sequel. So when I heard that when they were doing a superhero sequel to The Incredibles, I was excited, man. I was ready to hit back to my childhood when I was a kid. And when the movie came out, I went back to that old Ritz theater that I went to. I don't have a picture by any means, but I remember being in the theater in the first movie. But I went back to the exact same theater I went to see the first one in as a kid. And when I saw it, well, I can't say it was a bit. I mean, it's pretty much on par with the original. It's a great movie, don't get me wrong, but I can't say it was perfect. I mean, it's not Pixar's best movie, but it's still a great film no matter what. Is it the first one? Not really, but it's far better than Cars 2. I promise you that. But Incredibles 2, you got the characters from the last movie. It literally starts out after, like, you know what, in the last movie, it ends off with the Underminer, and now we're cutting to the, it's right after the first movie, yes. So now after that, they get arrested, and then they get into this motel, and then this guy comes up and says, "Hey Bob, we can use you in Elastigirl," and then he's trying to get this producer, this guy or whatever, is trying to make superheroes legal again, and hires Elastigirl to go find this bad guy that's doing some evil while Bob is taking care of the kids, and that's pretty much all about it. That's pretty much it. So do I find it as good as the first one? Kinda. It's kind of hard to say, because one of the biggest changes for me was, one of the two reasons why I don't think it's as good as the first is for two things. One is the animation. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It looks great, especially for today's standards. I just think it's just kind of hard comparing it to the first animation for the first one, because, like I said before, when it comes to original stuff, you know, this nostalgic feeling where it's not going to be the same, you know? It's kind of hard to explain. But the second reason why I don't think it's as good as the first is the villain. I thought the villain was a little weak. I won't explain too much. Don't want to get into spoiler territory. But let's just say it was kind of a weak villain. It's not, I mean, at least in the first one, I did like the first villains in the first movie kind of worked for me much more, because at least he had a personality. He was funny. There was so much to him. This one don't really add much. It's just a normal same villain. But I won't mention who it is, but you could probably guess if you've seen the movie. But there is some good changes. Like I said, the animation's good. It's not the first one, but it's still awesome. The soundtrack is good. The characters are still memorable. The humor's funny. The character designs are great. Elastigirl. And the story is well written. I feel like it's taking elements from the first one, but that's just me. Overall, while I don't think The Incredibles 2 is as good as the first one, I still enjoy it. It's still an awesome movie. Definitely recommend it. If you, and that's all I gotta say for Incredibles 2. I give Incredibles 2 a 9 out of 10. It's on par with the original. It's not great, but it's still great no matter what. Alright, guys, I hope you all enjoyed my double feature review. Please subscribe, comment below, let me know. You get the gist of it. And what am I going to do for next time? Well, I can either do, next time, let's talk about Isle of Dogs. And this is LTM signing out.
Papa, Papa,
Yes, Johnny.
do you love me?
No, Johnny.
Shadow